Good evening, ma'am. How you doing this evening?
Good.
I understand you're recently not homeless. You recently changed from homeless to having a place to live. Is that correct?
That is correct. By the grace of my mother,
What's your first name?
Megan.
How long were you homeless?
Goodness. On and off since I was like 22.
Okay, and you're 30 now. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
What caused you to first become homeless?
Reflection. My mom likes to put me in jail. And,
Your mom liked to put you in jail?
yep.
Did she make false allegations that landed you in jail?
Nope.
So the allegations were true.
Yeah, for the most part. I used to drink a lot when I was younger. So they don't like disorderly drunk people running around the streets, causing issues with their parents.
When you were homeless, did you ever engage in prostitution?
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a little about that?
Fast money. Nice people.
Where did you find your Johns?
They just found me.
Just kind of randomly come up and start talking to you kind of thing? Or did you advertise?
Ask me if I want a cupcake, you know.
Funny. So, how prevalent has that career been in your life? Have you done that a lot, not very much?
Actually, it started with, I had a girlfriend that was doing it out in Miami, and she called me one day. And she's like, the guy, her boyfriend at the time, you know, she suspected that, you know, he was taking the money that she was earning, and she didn't know what he was doing with it, really. Come to find out, you know, he was taking her money and basically buying drugs behind her back. So she called me up, and I went out there for like 2 weeks.
To Miami?
Yep.
When was this?
When I was 24, maybe.
So you were a homeless prostitute in Miami at age 24.
Yeah, so I went
Miami's
out there.
a tough place, wasn't it?
Not really. I mean, she showed me the ropes and the do's and do nots and how to screen people and how to handle people in a manner to where you can tell, you know, who's dangerous and, you know, just kind of getting a read on people. But I went out there and helped her collect enough money to leave the dude because she had just gotten a new car. So she ended up coming back and she moved back home and things went well for a while. I lived with a friend in his machine shop, and then I met my husband. And
So you're married?
I am married.
How long have you been married?
About 5 years now.
Have you been in prostitution at all since you've been married?
In and out. My husband had a very bad heroin addiction, and when we got together, for some reason he just stopped working. I think it was like a jealousy thing, or I don't know.
Do you have any sexually transmitted diseases that you know of?
No. Nope.
When's the last time you were checked?
Not long ago. 3 months ago.
Okay.
I did get one once. I got
Jason,
trichomoniasis, which is like the most common STD you can get.
Register
Basically, like a guy's body will just fight it off, but a girl needs
to register.
What's the name of it again?
Trichomoniasis.
Trichomoniasis.
Trichomoniasis, something like that.
Trichomoniasis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
What are the symptoms of that?
It's basically just a bacterial infection. You can get it from like dirty fingers, dirty underwear, things like that. But
Did you beat that? Did you get
yeah,
cured?
you just take antibiotics.
Okay. How long ago was that? Did you say?
10 years ago.
Do you have any mental health conditions?
I don't think so.
Have you been told you do?
Depends.
Has a professional ever told you that you have a mental health condition, like a psychiatrist or doctor?
No.
Okay. Where's your husband now?
Prison.
Which prison?
Polk County.
Okay. What did you do to get put in prison?
We got an argument one day, and I was just sick of his bullshit, his junkiness, and I left him, and he took the brand new car that I just got him, and, you know, was doing drugs at a red light and rolled into the back of a car. So they arrested him on a DUI and possession of fentanyl, and then he was on probation for a year and a half. He did 14 months completely perfectly, and then just stopped showing up. We were living at his mom's house, and she ended up selling her house. So at that point is when, we became homeless again. We tried living in Tent City, and that didn't work out because of our record. They looked up our record and they kicked us out. So he had a warrant. He got picked up. He had paraphernalia on him, and he got sentenced 20 months. But
When's he supposed to get out?
June. So it's been a really fucking shitty past year. I've just been roaming around waiting for him to get out, really.
So, do you love him?
Yeah, unconditionally. We've been through the worst of the worst, and especially through all the drugs and the homelessness and family issues. I had a daughter,
How old's your daughter?
She will be 3 in March 1st. She was the leap day baby.
And who's the father there?
He's the father.
He's the father, okay.
So we did the adoption thing, and I found a phenomenal family who still update me to this day, even though they're not obligated to. And they made a Facebook for her, so like my family in Denver can see her growing up, and they're just a great family. But
So they adopted her.
Yes. And she has an adopted older brother too, so that's pretty cool. So even through all that, even through all the craziness that we went through, still stuck by each other's side, and it was kind of weird when he got arrested. Like things were going, I guess, not good in the sense of like not having a home or a vehicle and things like that. But between me and him, things were great. We weren't arguing. He was considerate. He was honest. Everything that he wasn't at the beginning.
But you were still engaging in prostitution during that period.
No. The only thing about that is I met a couple really nice people, and they took care of me for a really long time. The first guy actually ended up passing away, and then the other guy ended up moving out of state. So it's not really something I had to do on a day-to-day basis or a week-to-week basis. That was like I got very fortunate in meeting a couple people that had a lot of money that just helped me a lot.
How'd you meet the people that had a lot of money?
The first guy my husband used to work for, he owned Fiber Tech pools, so he did all the pools in Florida. He passed away a couple years ago. And then the other guy...
How much did he help you? How much money did he give you? What did he do to help you, this guy?
He bought me a car, you know what I mean? Anything I needed, he'd give me.
Were you having sex with him at the time?
Yeah. And then he met another...
Were you married at the time?
No.
Okay.
No.
That was before you got married.
It was. Yep.
How old were you?
22. 22 is when I met him.
How old was he?
Oh, I have no idea. I have no idea. Old enough to be have a successful company, but young enough to still party like the rest of us.
When you were working as a prostitute, what's the most and least money you ever accepted to engage in sex?
That's my Uber, I think.
That's your Uber?
I don't know. Whatever they're willing to give me.
Thanks for the interview.